Are your characters getting out of hand and you want to teach them a lesson? Is it finally time to give your bad guy just what he deserves? Do you think it's finally time to take that next big step and move the story forward in a dramatic way that will leave your characters never the same again? Well, have no fear. Today, we're going to talk about how to successfully kill off your characters. Let's get started. Hello everyone, my name is David Webb and I made this channel to give you the best tips on writing and creativity so you can finally finish your book or have that creative career you've always dreamed of. There are a litany of reasons why you would want to kill off a character. Some of them good, some of them not so good. If you think that is justified, if you think it's finally time to end one of your character's life, then be sure to watch this video all the way through so you are well equipped and you are prepared to end your character's life and make people cry. Be sure to stick until the end because the last two are the most powerful ways that you can kill off your characters. Number one, you can kill off your character for the sheer emotional impact of it. One of the primary goals of the author is to evoke emotion in their readers. And one of the best ways to do that is to kill a character. However, this can also be a terrible reason to kill off a character, because if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be incredibly obvious that you're only doing it to make your readers sad. If you overdo it or you do it poorly, your writing will only come off as amateurish. For the vast majority of cases, emotional impact should be one of the primary reasons why you kill off a character, and it should be used in conjunction with one of the other reasons that I'm about to go over. Next up, we have establishing danger. You can take a minor character and execute them simply for the purpose of establishing that the situation's dangerous. That was the whole reason for the red shirts on Star Trek. It was to show that the main characters were about to enter into a situation that was going to be dangerous and they better watch out. Of course, it lessened its impact over time because it happened so many times, and the viewers soon found out that nothing was going to happen to the main characters, so again, don't overdo it and use it carefully. Next up, it can advance the plot in a major way. A character death can be a great plot point. It can be the tipping point, really the reason for an entire war. It can be the inciting incident like I went over recently with my book, The Light Thief. My main character's two parents were killed, and it really sets the entire rest of the book in motion. Next up, you could use it to end your character's arc in a satisfying way. For instance, if your character is a coward and they spend the entire narrative overcoming this, they can give their life for another character in a fearless and selfless way, therefore tying up their character arc in a nice neat little bow that's very satisfying. Next up, you can end a character's arc in an ironic way. There's nothing like the sheer gut punch of subverting expectations when you kill off a character who is supposed to do something great, only to wind up having them get killed senselessly. This is another one that you'll have to do very carefully. If you subvert expectations the wrong way, you'll go down like J.J. Abrams with Star Wars. If you subvert expectations the right way, you're only going to surprise the reader and compel them to read further. Next, you can end a character's arc in a well-deserved way. If you have a particularly nasty villain, killing them at the end of the story could be an incredibly satisfying way to end the book. Granted, you don't want to drive the entire narrative around the death of the villain, but as far as the actual plot, it's usually what ends up happening anyway. And there's nothing like seeing a truly evil person meet their fate in a way that they definitely deserve. Second to last reason or way to kill a character, and one of the most powerful, is to reinforce the theme. You can use a character death to reinforce your theme in a powerful way. As alluded to earlier, if your character's arc and maybe the theme of the entire story is cowardice or selflessness, ending with a self-sacrificial act could be a very powerful way to tie the theme together. Think of a character death as a multiplier. Whatever secondary effect you want your character death to have, such as advancing the plot or reinforcing the theme, the sheer fact that a character is getting killed in order to do so is only going to make that purpose even more effective, if you do it right. And finally, you can use a character's death to change the other characters. This, in my opinion, is by far the most powerful way that you can kill a character, and it's how I end up killing most of my characters. This is probably the most versatile way that you can kill a character, because typically if a character's death impacts the other characters in a powerful way, that will also in turn advance the plot. In some cases, it'll reinforce the theme. It'll a lot of times do the things that I already mentioned all on its own. If you use a character death to propel the other characters to take action, or if it'll alter their own character arcs in a significant and satisfying way, you're going to have a character death that not only hits hard in the moment, but whose effects are reverberated throughout the entire rest of the book and often for many books yet to come. Off the top of my head, I can't think of a single major character death throughout my entire series that I have not used to alter the other characters, to change their arcs, to propel them into action. Again, this may just be my opinion, but I firmly believe that it is the single most powerful way that you can kill a character, by having it significantly impact the other characters. Thank you again for joining me here today. Thank you for your patience over the last few weeks when I have not uploaded. As you can see, I've moved. I am no longer in my apartment in downtown Nashville. I am now in a nice little house in a quiet part of town. I've been here for a little while, and so far I have not heard a single gunshot. So, you know, progress. I thought it would be okay if I just took a couple weeks and got all settled in and didn't upload, and you wouldn't even notice I was gone. But as it turns out, a few of you have left comments on various videos asking me if I'm okay. So thank you very much for checking in on me. It really means a lot. Hopefully, now that I'm mostly settled in, I'll return to a normal cadence with my uploads. So I can't wait to see you all again. My name is David Webb. Thank you for watching, and get some writing done.